Welcome back to episode 10, where we will be taking a look at selectors, CSS3 selectors, and this will allow us to target specific elements on our page without having to resort to lots of IDs and classes. So what I have right here is a container, and it contains just a numbered unordered list. If I load this in the browser, this is what we get. So let's style it very quickly. Within style.css, let's apply some width to the container, maybe 800 pixels, and we'll set a background color temporarily. And I do want the margins to be auto. And because I will be floating the list items, I'm gonna go ahead and set overflow hidden, and that'll make sure it contains its floats. So let's reload the page, and now we have our canvas. Next, I'm going to target all of those list items, and we're going to float each one to the left. I'm going to apply some margin right, maybe 20 pixels. Good. Next, let's get rid of the list style. I don't need any bullets. And I am going to apply an arbitrary width, maybe width of 200 pixels and a height of 200 pixels. Reload. There we are. But now we need a background color to easily see it. Let's set it to red for the time being. There should be some spacing on the bottom, and I would like to vertically and horizontally center that text. Let's do margin bottom first, and we'll set that to 20 pixels as well. And then if we set a line height equal to the height of the container, that will vertically center the text, as you can see right there. Next, I will align the text to the center. And finally, set a font size of, say, 50 pixels and a font weight of bold. And that should be fine for our setup. So last step is get rid of the background color and make the background color of the list item a little less obnoxious. So now we're going to use selectors to target each one of these. So let's take a look at some of the most common. The first one is, how can I target this first list item specifically? We can use what we call first child. So if I say li colon first child, this is a pseudo class. It gets all the list items and filters it down to the first one. And then I could set a background color of green. Reload the page, and now we've targeted only that one. But I want you to remember, this is not limited to a single list item. If I were to create another unordered list, this list item will also have a background color of green, as you can see right there. So this is saying for each list item that is a child of a UL, get that first child of its container. Hopefully that makes sense. I'll come back here and delete this now. All right, so alternatively, what if we wanted to grab the 8th list item, the very last list item in the bunch? We can use last child, the last child pseudo class. And this time I'll make the background color yellow. Reload, and good. So these are easy. Now we're targeting the very first and last one. And something that you'll see quite a bit is maybe if you have dividers for list items, you might set a border top color and a border bottom color to your list items. But then you end up where the very first list item has this odd looking border top, and the very last list item has an odd border top. So you could use first child and last child to set border top, none, border bottom, none. This is one of the most common uses for first child and last child. Another common use is to zero out margins. But what if we want to grab something a bit different? Maybe I want number 6. How can I grab number 6? All right, let's figure it out. I'll comment these out. And now I'm going to say li nth child, and then within parentheses, I can specify a number or an iterator. So I can say 6, and we'll set a background color of green again. Now, if I reload, we've targeted only that one. But what if we want something like every third one? Well, I could say 3, and that is going to target the third one, but then I would want to target number 6 as well, and presumably every other one. So why don't we repeat this, change that to 9. We want to target number 3, number 6, and number 9 with one selector. Well, don't do something like this, li nth child 6, and then 9, then 12. That would be horrible. What you can do is you can change this to 3n. And now that'll be every third list item in this case. Reload the page, and now we're targeting those. Now this is an easy one, but what if we want to do the reverse? We want to target number 1, 4, and 7. Let's see how you would do it. Well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's try that. And we'll say 4n. Reload the page, and now, all right, this is a little bit different because it's not easily divided. If we have every fourth, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So really, every next occurrence should be 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and number 10 would be on the left as well. So let's see how we can translate this to our CSS. Let's switch it to 3n plus 1. Ooh, that's a little confusing. Let's see what we get here. And now, as we would hope, we are selecting all of the ones on the far left, assuming each row is divided into 3 columns. So how does this work, 3n plus 1? The easiest way to understand this is to work backward. We start with the far right and we say, what do we want to target? The very first one. So it goes ahead and captures this. Then we work to the left and we say, then we want to get every third list item. So it gets the first one, then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now we're lined up. See if you can figure out how to get number 2, 5, and 8. If you want to pause and see if you can figure it out. The solution is we will first work right to left. So I know I want number 2. So I'll type that right here. Next, I want to get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's still the third iterator. So I'm going to keep that at 3n. And now we're selecting all of the middle ones. All right, so that's going to do it for this first episode. We've covered how to target the first child, the last child, nth child, and using this syntax n plus number so that we can have more flexibility in what we're targeting. In the next lesson, we're going to take things even further as I show you some neat selectors. Stay tuned.